The sea roared that night, not in anger, but in warning, as the crown touched the young king's head. The ocean beyond the palace wall began to rise, waves climbing like they were reaching for him, and deep beneath those waters, a woman who was not human whispered his name for the first time in years, because the boy she once protected was now a king, and tonight she will come to claim him. Long before he wore silk robes or carried the weight of a kingdom, he was just a prince, fragile, curious, and often alone. The elders said he was favored by fate. He survived sickness that killed stronger children, escaped assassins no one saw coming, walked away from storms that sank entire ships. What no one knew was that every time death reached for him, someone else reached first. From the rivers, from the rain, from the sea, she watched him grow through reflections in water. His laughter as a child, his first heartbreak, his silent tears the night his father died. She never touched him, never spoke, because loving him too soon would destroy him. So she waited. On the 7th night after his coronation, the king could not sleep. Drowned by a pool he couldn't understand, he walked alone to the shore. That's when the water parted, and she rose from the sea. Her beauty was not gentle, it was dangerous. Her eyes like moonlight on deep water, a voice that sounded like truth whispered too softly. She spoke his name, the way only someone who had loved him for a lifetime could. "I have always been with you," she said. When he stepped back in fear, the waves froze. "I am the one who kept you alive," she continued. "The one who loved you before you knew how to love." That night, the king learned the truth. The woman before him was a mermaid goddess, ruler of the water kingdom, ancient and immortal, one who waited for him to become a man. He tried to resist her. He told himself she was a lie, a trick of exhaustion, a dream. But dreams don't bleed when you touch them. Night after night, he returned to the shore. They spoke of everything, his fear as a ruler, her loneliness beneath the waves. The centuries she watched humanity rise and fall. Their love didn't explode. It grew, slow, heavy, unavoidable. He began to feel it during the day, in fountains, cups of water, in rain sliding down the palace windows. She was everywhere. And when he finally kissed her, the sea held its breath. On the night of the blood moon, she took his hands and spoke words that changed everything. "Marry me." She told him the price. If he chose her, she would make him a god, immortal, powerful, eternal. But he must abandon the land, the throne, the people who bowed to him. He would rule beside her, beneath the waves, forever. His silence broke her heart, so she offered another path, one that terrified her even more. "I can become a human," she said. "Give up my divinity, my kingdom, my memory of the sea. But no one must ever know who I was," she whispered. "Not even you after the change." Now one of them had to choose to lose everything. At dawn, the court gathered. The kingdom awaits its first king's decree. Beyond the palace wall, the sea began to withdraw, unnaturally. The goddess stood at the shoreline, her powers fading with every passing moment. If he did not choose soon, the choice will be made for him. The king stepped forward, opened his mouth, because the crown trembled, the ocean screamed, and history held its breath as a mortal king stood between a throne of gold and a love older than time. Did he choose the kingdom that raised him, or the goddess who loved him before the world ever did? Part 2 will reveal the price of his decision. And let me know, if you found yourself in that situation, what would you have done? Honest opinion, comments below. And hey, before you go, somehow the algorithm demands some sacrifice for this channel to grow, and your likes and subscription happen to be the sacrificial lamb for that to happen. So if you enjoyed this story, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel now to get more mind-blowing stories like this. And I will see you in the next big story on Storyverse.